Hey everybody, welcome to Speed Gaming 4. I am Fear Agent. Joining me tonight, Drossi. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I was doing well until the layout didn't show up, so we're gonna fix that really quick. But we got ourselves a hype race, so that's exciting.
Yeah, in fact, one of these teams even has hype in its name. But yeah, it should be a great matchup. So far, both teams have struggled a bit so far. Komodo Hypers is 3-2, and the Sexy Ganons is 1-4. These two teams actually faced off just a few hours ago. Yagamoth versus Faraimi in an absolute jet seed, where Yagamoth's losing time was 113. So that should
That's
give you an
crazy.
idea of jet
Yeah, that's
seed.
crazy fast. So yeah, Freddeh and Chexhuman, two really good runners. I mean, Komodo Hypers is probably one of the favorites to go all the way. Like every year, you're gonna pick Kyung and Frame, and they've added Chexhuman now this year too. So something to look out for. And the Sexy Ganons are like one of those teams that's sneakily, quietly, really good. I feel like outside of Yagamoth, Freddeh may not be the most well-known runner, but really good runner, and you got to watch out for them.
Yeah, they were definitely a sleeper team in season two. Like, I didn't really know much about them, and then suddenly they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a casual boots, standard open. You got the sword, you got boots to start out with. You couldn't ask for more, and then they're just going to do escape, so you don't have to worry about like what weapon you're going to get. You're going to try to get out of escape at around 5:10. I feel like is a solid time. At 5:15, you're feeling okay-ish. Anything past that, and you're feeling pretty bad.
Tell that to the runners for the race I was working last night. They took 5:30, and I thought that wasn't too bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. It depends on how much you practice your escape.
Oh, book
Book.
opening. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if either runner will check ped when they get through Lost Woods. That was very fast. I saw a crystal on Eastern. I saw some sort of pendant on Hera, and I think that was another crystal on Desert. We also saw a fun glitch from both runners where you can't actually swing your sword until you talk to Uncle, but you can still dash through bushes before you can do that. And we find the boots in Uncle Chest.
Yeah,
So,
that's
hey,
nice.
it would have been an early boot seed regardless.
All right, so we got a
Okay.
green pendant at hair there. The other two were crystals, so not too bad. Let's see what we can do coming out of here. Is this their? I should have done my homework a little bit. Is this their first match of the week, or this early one?
No,
The
it was
one
the
was
second.
today,
I was
right? Just
saying
talking
that
about
for
that.
Brian
Yeah.
Yagamoth
Yep.
one.
Yep. I set that race up. I should remember. It's been a busy day. Excuse me. All
Yeah,
right.
we are having 10 races in the Invitational League today, and when you consider that there are only 32 all week, that's a lot.
Yeah. So, do they have 9 points, or do they actually have 12 points now with that win?
No, I updated it.
Oh,
They have
okay, so 9 is correct.
9 now.
All right, so nothing really exciting coming out of Escape so far. Seen some pretty good strats. Chexhuman just a little bit cleaner, about a room ahead, but both feeling pretty good. I mean, you're not going to win or lose a race in Escape unless you're me in the playoffs playing against Kyung last season, but that happens.
And we have Faraimi in chat willing to take questions on behalf of Komodo Hypers.
Of course. All right, so Freddeh able to make up just a little bit of time there, just a little bit cleaner of a fight with the ball and chain guard. So nice runs so far. Drossi, how you doing? How are you enjoying the league so far? Invitational's been hype, right?
Yeah, no, I just can't believe how many incredible races we've had in the Invitationals. And there have also been some really good races in the Open. You know,
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot fewer blowouts now having the two leagues.
Yeah, it's been really, really fun to watch. Pretty much all of the races are close. And that's kind of what you're hoping for, especially in the Invitational when you have so much talent. And then you have Team Kappa, but I digress.
As I recall, you did kind of knock out Komodo Hypers last season.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, on the back of Gamachu. Clowned our way to the finals. All right, so Chex and Freddeh making it through the front of Escape, now on their way to the back. Normally in a standard mode, you're looking for some bombs, but since we've got those boots, don't have to worry about bombs. You can just bonk your way to the back 3 chests there. So that's one of the benefits of casual boots.
So
is you don't have to worry about bombs too much.
You do want to be thinking about either bombs or money to buy them by the time you get to Kakariko, though.
Yeah, but there's, I mean, they've already got 50 rupees, so, or in Chex's case, 81 rupees.
Yeah, those rats just left quite a reward for him.
And then there's, there is the bonk rocks that's right outside of Kakariko that'll give you a bomb. So usually you're not too worried.
That's one thing runners have to remember to check, because it's not something you're used to checking immediately in a standard open. But there are plenty of bombs.
Yeah, you got 3 bombs coming out, or 6 bombs, coming out, and you're set for Kakariko if that's where you want to go. But with boots, you have different options. You could, we've got a sword and boots, so you could do South Shore, hoping to find maybe the flute early. You could go over to not likely in standard mode, but you could go over to Agina's cave. There's lots of different options. So I imagine we're going to see both head to Kakariko. Coming out a little slow, 5:23, I think what I saw. Not a terrible time, but...
Yeah, I was going to tease you for setting those expectations of 5:10 or 5:15.
I have high expectations for these runners.
I mean, they are top runners. Watch these be more bombs. Something blue.
Yeah. Good thing I remembered. Again, if you're not practicing casual boots a lot, it's one of those things where you come out of Escape and kind of forget, oh yeah, I do have bonk rocks available right away. I don't know why he grabbed the sign. Like, I guess he was counting how many enemies he's killed, but just doing Escape, you've killed a bunch. Oh, we got eight bomb drops from the crabs is nice, though we don't really need bombs at this point.
And now the question is,
oh my gosh,
that is a sword.
That's actually the 3rd sword I've seen on Lumberjack today.
So the question is Agagon be required? Because otherwise the runners are probably going to forego that sword.
Yeah, that sword is dead as a doornail. That's a little $50 laying out there. Freddeh says, you know what? I got cash. Chex is all about the money, so he's going to grab it.
Theoretically, if the other 2 swords are both on tablets...
I mean, yes. In the very, 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 very unlikely scenario that the other two swords are on tablets, they would have to get that. That's not happening.
But also... if Ag is their Dark World access and they're on Master, I could see them going. Yeah.
And there we go. Check's giving us
Ooh.
a different look. He's going to go use this portal to take a quick look at Ice Rod Cave. I like this a lot.
Yeah, you don't see a water walk there very often.
No, that's the Lin special, I call that.
Where did he even charge it?
There's the hole right there. You could dash. I think that's where he did. Oh, Mitt's coming out of blindside.
Don't see that very often with both gloves sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, that was crazy. All right, so just a heart container coming out of Ice Rod Cave. He does have the water walk set up, so he is gonna take a peek over at. No, he doesn't. Oh, is he gonna double? What is he doing? I thought we might get a look at.
I think he might double charge it in Mini Moldorm.
I don't know if he can double charge it. There's a fire rod there in the well. I know you can water walk in a hook shot. Holy crap! This Kakariko.
This is Stackerico today. Haven't seen that in a while.
You can double load it. I don't know if you can double load it with the. This is just. I don't know if you do this. If you could do it twice, do the dash on the edge, but we'll find out. If anyone knows, it's Chex. That's for sure.
And continuing our blue trend here, along with the Fisher-Price Shield and the Blue Mail, we now have the Bloomerang.
Yeah, this is an interesting route. You don't often see Ice Rod Cave from Lost Woods to the dam, so.
And Freddeh will also save a bit of time in the dam because he has the hook shot, so he only needs to take one trip.
Yeah, nice Kakariko coming out with mitts, hook shot, and fire rod there. Not much in the South Shore. We'll see where that Moon Pearl ends up being.
Well, we have desert access and actually can full clear it with the boots and the fire rod and everything.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for man. that Bombos does not want to come off that edge. All right, so Check's gonna do the classic Lost Woods to Hype Cave all the way to Agina's cave. Checks. We'll see if he goes into desert from here.
But without the gloves and the fire rod, he can't do it. As
I know this would be really bad for him. Oh, there's our Master Sword. So we could have ourselves an Agaseed. It's possible, but there goes the very, 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 very unlikely scenario of two swords on the tablets.
Yeah, so nothing will force them to lumberjack, but if we have Moon Pearl on Pyramid, for instance, and it's an Agaseed, they'll probably grab Tempered from there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where or how Freddie's going to route this. Is he going to do Mini Moldorm Cave left, or is he going to do maybe a more traditional dam Mini Moldorm Cave, Ice Rod Cave, and then back to desert? It looks like he's going Mini Moldorm Cave first, so that makes me think he's going to jump into Mini Moldorm Cave, go dam, then desert from here.
Yeah, I mean, given what he's picked up, and desert's a crystal anyway, it just seems like such an obvious play.
Yeah, you want to clear your crystals when you can. Very good chance that the Moon Pearl's just sitting over there as well.
Could be on Desert Ledge. I think Chexhuman didn't check that. He just went straight to Agina and called it quits.
Yeah.
So Chex gets his fire rod.
Yep, gonna get his stuff, and then we'll see where he wants to go. I imagine we're gonna both end up in desert. It just seems like that's where the seed is pointing you. And again, it's a crystal, so can't hurt.
You can see how Freddeh is able to use the hookshot to glitch through that block and only need one trip into the dam.
All right, so you think we're going to see the Moon Pearl in Desert Palace? Or Desert Ledge?
Given that we specifically got the Fire Rod, I wonder if it might be on Landmo.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Oh, it's on the ledge.
Well, there we go. And unless the hammer is someplace really weird, I don't think we're going to be seeing Aga 1.
No, we're not seeing Aga 1 at all. Because, I mean, Aga could still be required. Hammer and flippers could be over in like the pod area or something. But at this point, you just current jump over. If you get a bow, you can do Insula. So yeah, you're not doing Aga 1.
Well, I mean, I don't know if these guys can do the, well, Chex probably can, the really crazy play of hammers in Pyramid Fairy.
Again, very, 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 very unlikely, but a possibility. And I'm sure Chex would be able to do that.
Yeah, I've seen Korek do it. I've seen him in a race where he had to do that in lieu of facing Aga.
In all my years of playing, I've only had one seed where I had hammer and pyramid.
I mean, it's a pretty impressive setup if you ever have the chance to see someone do it when hammer's in pyramid and they don't have flippers.
Yeah. All right, so 2 items out of desert. No progression here. Gonna go get that Moon Pearl. We'll see if he wants to actually finish this off now, or if he wants to wait until like Flute Mirror. Probably not, because there's always a possibility that Meyer is a pendant, and we might not see those items.
Did we just pick up both items already?
Yeah, both items are out of desert.
Okay,
Nothing there.
because he skipped the big chest, and I figured that had to mean both items were already out.
All right. So where are you going from here with your Dark World access? Skull Woods, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially he's got to check a Gina before he leaves the desert area, so he'll get his Master Sword.
Yeah. I would be surprised. And is it a Gina or is it a Gina?
I call it a Gina just because that's what his name is in Japanese. I don't know how it's supposed to be in English. But it's spelled with a J in Japanese, which makes me wonder why they chose a G in English.
Oh, really? It's J in Japanese? I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to take out Landmo here. Fire Rod in hand shouldn't be a problem. He's got 6 shots with it left, so as long as he doesn't miss, it should be a nice, quick fight.
He's also got a green goo if it comes to it.
Nah, I don't think you want to waste that here. There's 2 and gets it.
Nice.
Nicely done. All right, so he did quick swap over to the bombs, which makes me think that he is gonna go over and see the old man in the cave. Pretty linear seed so far.
Yeah, I mean, given what they found, it just kind of screamed desert. And yeah, I guess we'll go to the Dark World and we'll see what the other 2 pendants are.
Yeah. So at this point, the real question will be, where is that hammer? And are you going to go into Thieves Town? How far are you going to go into Thieves Town? Is Thieves Town a crystal?
Right. If Thieves is a crystal, do you just risk it?
Right. And then, of course, the big question is, where's Kimmy's half magic? I think everyone wants to know where that is today. So.
Yes, and I did see Kimmy in chat. Oh, she's even acknowledging that, yes, she wants her half magic.
All right, so we're gonna have another Limbo fight from Chexhuman. Let's see if it's as clean as Freddeh's was, and I imagine again with Fire Rod in hand, he'll jump into Skullwood. So he's going to take a look. Of course, the screen freezes and we miss it. So not sure the map check there.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, you get double map check. Okay, so it is a crystal, really fast. Maybe like 4 checks equals 1 with as fast as he's going. I think I saw a 5-6 over at Thieves Town. I think Pod was a pendant. That's basically all that I saw. Hopefully our tracker today picked it up. Big shout outs to our tracker who I haven't mentioned yet, Iker, who's clicking the buttons behind the scenes for us. Make sure you show love to our tracker.
Freddie, you have the Fire Rod. If you really want to get rid of those Gibdos, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, they did not want to let him go. Might even take a death warp from here. Yeah, that's what it's going to do. All right, so I missed Check's fight, but it must have been quick because he's already off back to the heading to the Dark World, same spot as Freddeh, and I imagine going to be making the same play as well.
And maybe his screen won't freeze it in an opportune time.
Oh, and our tracker did get it.
At least some of them.
So we got Pod and Ice Palace as our pendants. Our 5-6 is Thieves Town and Swamp Palace, and then Turtle Rock and Mire is going to be our other 2 crystals. So that means we are going to need the Ice Rod. We are going to need that flute. Are going to need that mirror. And we're going to need those flippers.
And that also means that, I mean, yeah, there's that edge case of Hammer and Pyramid, but otherwise Agawan's dead.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got one more item here in Skullwoods, as well as our second crystal. Freddeh trying to farm up, but maybe a couple more hearts. They are on, green mail, 6 hearts, no half magic. Want to preserve your magic for Moth. It packs the wall up. Those spikes do damage, 1 heart of damage, no matter what mail you've got. And then the Moth and the beams that Moth shoots do 2 hearts as well. So,
well, don't they only do 1 heart on blue mail?
Oh, do they? Yeah, right. I forgot that we were on blue mail. I missed where they picked up blue mail. I thought we were on green mail.
Oh, that was back in CAC.
Oh, was it? Okay. Still, you got to be careful.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the whole spikes negating damage thing is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and you're seeing right now how this is tough, but wow, that was nice.
And
so
our other item is in the front.
Yeah, and Check's making up some time here. Had a bit cleaner back of Skullwoods, and is getting to Moth pretty quickly. Let's see how good his Moth fight is. Freddeh's was really nice. Ow, that was clean. That was super clean. Nicely done by Chex. And just like that, just a little bit of execution, and Chex is catching up. He does have, let's see, the one other check that Chex has done that Freddeh hasn't is the Ice Rod Cave, which we know is nothing, but still an extra check.
But now that they have the flippers, it's much easier for Freddeh. He doesn't have to worry about charging water walks or anything.
Right.
He can just do it naturally. He almost has Zora money. Chex has Zora money. So I would imagine at some point, if they run out of other stuff to do, they'll go down there and they'll do Hobo and Waterfall Fairy and Zora and all that.
So there's our second item, 10 bombs. Not progression, but 50% of the items here were progressive items, so that's nice.
Yeah, I think Big Dunka did an analysis once, and like Skull Woods is more likely to have progression than any other Dark World dungeon.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. All right, so just $20 on Bumper Ledge. So we don't need the cape for that. Still might need the cape or Burna or something for Spike Cave later on. Don't have to worry about Bumper Ledge. No mirror, so we can't do Graveyard Ledge at this time.
Actually, that reminds me, Death Mountain is not in logical access, but since both of these runners can easily do the Old Man Cave in the dark, we effectively have access to most of Light and Dark Death Mountains.
Yeah, it's true.
Just can't do Tower of Hera and Ether Tablet.
So let's see how much of Thieves Town they want to do without that hammer.
It's tough because it's a red crystal.
Yeah, I'm inclined to put it off, but that's just me. We'll see. They might want some of them might want to just do the front four. Without the mirror, though, you got a Death Warp. Kind of stinks. We'll see. Well, again, we'll take a look and see what these runners choose. Freddeh is going to dip inside. We'll see. Maybe we'll find the hammer in the front. Yeah, let's just take a look. All right, so one item. 1 of 4.
Of course, one of the front items has to be the big key, so you can't find all the items in the front, and that compass means at least 2 are in the back.
All right. Are you inclined to go to the back if you don't without the hammer here?
If I haven't found the small key, probably.
Yeah, I'm actually more inclined to go with the small key.
But the small key is either in the big chest now, in which case, even though it's logically hammer-locked, we can do the whole dungeon, or else it's in Blind's chest.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Check said no to Thieves Town. Like, he didn't even dip it. He's going to wait till he's got that hammer, and I don't blame him. I like that play. There is 3 items here in the back, and one of them could be in that hammerlock chest.
Is he going to do Smith's Chain without the mirror? It looks like it.
Yeah, I imagine, picking up the Smith isn't too bad. You can go, take him all the way to Catfish if you'd like, and then save and quit. Because you're going to want to go to Thieves Town sooner rather than later.
Well, from here, I think it's going to be a save and quit after Hype Cave because we don't have that hammer.
Yeah, but why?
Oh, right. You can jump in the water on the. I forgot that. Yes, you can jump in the water on this side too.
We got them flips. All right, so there's our second item up in the attic. Not anything that we are looking for. How hype will be said Hype Cave? We're going to start off with a Gangster with Burna. We got 10 arrows. Piece of heart. 10 more arrows. Red mail. Drosy?
I'd give it to maybe a 3 if you're being generous.
3 is super generous. Yeah, that was basically nothing. All right, so he is going to at least go up to the pyramid. We'll see if he wants to take that all the way to the Catfish. I imagine if you're doing that, if you're making this trip, you are going to Catfish. Right, there is that small key, so
there is
a possibility of Hammer being on Blind.
There is also the possibility of progression in that big chest, and you wouldn't know anything about progression in Thieves Town big chest, would you?
Nope, nothing. Though that was a pendant dungeon, so.
I know, even worse.
All right, so we got our scripted blind fight. Freddeh on script so far.
9 hearts for red mail. Oh no, he's still on blue mail. Even so,
yeah,
not too worried if he goes off script.
this is fine. He's on script. He just took a 100 damage. Not a big deal. I didn't see what it was on pyramid, but Chex didn't grab it, so not going to get it. Let's see, that was the third item, right? So there's one more item in the big chest.
Yep. That is also our third crystal less than half an hour in.
Yeah. We'll see where that hammer is. And Claymouse letting us know 10 arrows on the pyramid. So lots of arrows just around in the dark world. Not that we need it.
What's the fish got for us?
Just 3 bombs.
Decides to take them anyway.
So when do you sequence break the mountain is my question. I feel like the fact that you can do all of the mountain basically. Ooh, the nice single rupee for the dig spot.
Well, I do wonder if either of them is going to do the flippers checks.
Yeah, it's funny. Usually flipper checks with the boots are a little bit earlier because you can fake flipper coming out of Ice Rod Cave into Waterfall Ferry, but Freddeh never went there, and Chex had quite the unusual route to open it up. So where is he going now? Oh, he's going to go check Saha, or he's going to do water checks? Yep. All right, trying to stay in logic. Nothing on the island there, just $20. Don't need that. And Freddeh doing the same thing, grabbing that smith. The worst thing is purple chest at this point, because it's just a slog to get to, and if it's anything, you always feel pretty bad about it.
Yeah, I've seen seeds where like purple chest had the hook shot and mirror was on East Death Mountain, so you had to do purple chest without the mirror.
All right, the hobo not giving us much. We're gonna see Freddeh do the same thing that Chex has already done. Check that pyramid, and imagine again, take that smith all the way over to the catfish on the world tour.
Yeah, Chex. as much as there is in Death Mountain, the players are staying in logic, though we haven't seen Saha's Closet or Eastern yet, and that's either 5 or 6 items. Oh.
Well, we might see it now.
Yeah.
There's our bow. I guess the real question is there going to be anything in that pendant pod?
But without the mirror, you definitely do Eastern first.
Oh, you do Eastern for sure because you get Saha as well. Flippers were in the back of Skull Woods. All right, Zora, what do you got for us? Jack. You got Jack.
Minus 96% ROI.
Thank you. All right, so now we're incentivized to go check out Saha's Closet there. And then, of course, we can complete Eastern Palace. Dark Rooms, not a problem for our invitational runners and most of our open runners as well. Yeah, Aga 1 is, to do Aga 1 in Logic, you do need the lamp. You don't have to have the lamp, but there's no reason to do Aga 1 at this point, so I'm not going to be seeing that today.
So, which one of these runners is ahead or behind really depends on whether that Thievestown big chest has anything useful in it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Freddeh is going to head up to the mountain or if he's also going to try to stay in Logic as well and go grab that bow. It's tough to say. And again, It might come down to what's in that Thieves Town big chest. It's probably trash, but you never know.
I mean, I feel like, with the seed handing you those flippers. Ooh, right. Never mind. We saw that on.
We saw that. Yeah.
Yes. No, I was just gonna say though, with the seed handing you those flippers, you do have to think about doing flippers checks.
I'm surprised neither one of our runners were tempted at all by the bounty that is Death Mountain and Dark Death Mountain. Freddeh gonna check out Saha first. Hopefully for him, there's a bow there, because he might go into Eastern without that bow.
Oof. Yeah, Chex definitely read the seed right in terms of the flippers.
Just love in the closet of Saha. And he is dashing out. This might be an Eastern Palace dip. And this...
So...
where's he going? No, he's not. He's not.
Oh, please tell me he's not going to pod. Okay. I was afraid he'd turn right there.
Yeah, can't do that without that hammer.
Oh, right. Yeah, he can't use the portal. Okay, so now he'll get his bow.
All right, I was thinking that Eastern might have been in logic, the back of Eastern at least, but with the big key there, that means the lamp is required. Again, not required in the fact they have to do it, but to beat the dungeon in logic, you would need the lamp. We're going to see Chex head to the back.
Looks like he got all 3 items anyway since he skipped the big chest.
Yeah, so nothing here in Eastern. Not that surprising.
It'll be another crystal, though.
Did take a lot of damage in Eastern Palace, though.
When you got red mail, you just kind of go kamikaze sometimes.
Yeah, those dark rooms were not kind to him. All right, so good. This is good for Freddeh. He's going to get his bow. He's not going to double dip Eastern, though. He is going to head over to Eastern after this. He's probably going to kick himself a little bit for doing that Saha play first. Though, of course, how would you know that the bow is here? It's just a feel bad moment. It's like, oh, I went all the way over to Saha, and now I'm going to have to head right back over there. With the glove, it's not that bad, but it's not the best feeling. Nice, clean, quick kill from Chexhuman there on the Armless Knights. So what do you do now?
I mean, I think our only logical place left is Pod. But I'd probably go to Death Mountain because there's so many more checks.
You do have that purple chest.
Why did you have to remind me?
Yeah. Chex hasn't done Thieves Town yet. He might go do that first. I'm not sure. But since you put it off, I feel like I would, if I was him, I'd continue to put it off until the mountain is just so juicy.
So if you're going to store 3/4 of a heart in your closet, do you really need to split it across 3 different chests?
You do. What would be great is if that green pendant gave us the 4th heart piece.
Yeah, but we don't even have access to Hera yet.
That's true. I mean, we're not going to find out what that green pendant is, probably, is my guess.
Though, of course, if, say, the hammer or mirror or something like that shows up here, then we can take a pretty good guess that either Purple Chest or Pod has to have the lamp or the flute.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see how much stuff we get out of here, because there is so many checks. And we're still missing quite a bit of stuff. We need the hammer. We need the flute. We need the mirror. We need Samaria. We need Ice Rod. We might need Ether. All right, so nothing on top of Spec Rock. Inside, we get $300. Oh no!
Why? Why,
Oh
Chex?
man! Get your clips in.
I mean, he didn't lose too much time, you know.
No, but yeah, you don't want to do that. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very funny.
I've seen way too many runners do that.
All right, so Paradox Cave, what have you got for us? Start out with the two down here. We've got Powder and Samaria. Nice, nice.
But without that hammer, we can't actually enter TR.
Yeah, that's true. But you're not going to say no to Samaria here. All right, we've got the mushroom to go along with that powder. There's another heart piece. Another heart piece. We got 10 more arrows and $20. Pretty good Paradox Cave.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Is he
what's
choosing
on that hammer?
He's saying no to super or to a spiral cave here. Oh no, he's just not bomb jumping. Okay.
I don't know why he wouldn't at least attempt the bomb jump.
All right, so we are going to see spiral here.
Oh, and Freddeh, did you see he went into the rupee basement of Eastern, which you don't often see, so I wonder if he's thinking pod and wanted to make sure he has Kiki money.
Yeah, he might be thinking pod, though. It kind of stinks to get 2 pod from here, so nothing up on the floating island, so don't have to worry about that. All right, prediction, Drosy. Is the hammer on Death Mountain?
I'm thinking no, just because of what we have seen now. I'm wondering if the flute might be in pod, and that's our Death Mountain access, and then Samaria would allow us to full clear Mire.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I guess the lamp would have to be somewhere, but still.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, these runners don't care about the lamp at all, other than like maybe help figure out where the flute is.
Like, yeah, I'm just wondering where logic would put the lamp in
Sure. All right, there's our most knights and crystal number 4 for Freddeh. So, looks like he might be behind, but he's actually been clearing crystals. So, all right, Super Bunny Cave gives us another piece of heart and $20.
Imagine Chex will check what the medallion is for TR. And I wonder with that Cane of Burna, will he do Spike Cave as well while he's up here?
I'm gonna ask you, Drosy, can he do Spike Cave?
Oh, hammer. Duh.
All right, so missed the first check. There's our no, not our first bottle. A bottle with green goo in it though, and 10 arrows.
I hope that first check wasn't anything.
And it is Bombos, so we've got one of the required medallions. Overall, though, that Death Mountain, not too spicy. You got you got Samaria, and then you got the mushroom and the powder, but yeah.
And we can't powder without either the mirror or the hammer.
Right.
So I feel like our likeliest item is to find somewhere in either purple chest or pod is going to be the flute.
You know what else is? Oh my gosh, fetch quest and do a fetch quest. Fun. You haven't mentioned Ice Palace, which is also available to our runners now.
Right, though they can only do so much of it without the hammer. So
I'm just saying it's available.
I'm thinking they probably don't want to go into partially completable pendant ice, but yes, that is available.
Yeah, I mean, you choose pot over ice for sure. I'm just saying that it is there. All right, so the mushroom into the shovel into the bug net.
That is a moral victory for Chex.
The value.
So it looks like Chex might be going. Well, he hasn't done Thieves Town yet, so I'm.
Yeah, I think Thieves Town is his
guessing.
next sport.
Yeah. And then maybe the purple chest afterwards.
Right. Is he going to go check pedestal? I think he is, because...
Right, he can't get to the portal this way without the hammer.
Yeah. All right. Ped hype. Prepare to be disappointed.
Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine unless it's the ice rod.
Yeah. See, I wasn't disappointed because I knew it was going to be nothing. Expectations. What's going to be funny is our runners probably find mirror and then flute and then ice rod, and then we're going to be like hammer go mode.
Did you see that Chex forgot that he couldn't get to
the
hammer?
Yeah. All right. So Freddie going to pick up his trash here in Dark Death Mountain because there ain't nothing here. And then we're going to see Chex head into Thieves Town. Where's he going?
I think he's a bit disoriented after that.
Yeah. I mean, going in and out of the light world and the dark world has got to be disorienting, right? Like, that's got to take a toll on your mind and body and your soul and everything, right? Like, traveling between worlds.
Isn't the moon pearl supposed to, prevent against that?
It helps keep your form, but it's still got to take its toll, I imagine.
So I'm assuming Chex is going to go the whole way, and then he and Freddie will be on equal footing, having abandoned the chest.
Yep. All right, so going to get the information about Bombos there. And then we're going to see what that first chest in that we missed. I imagine it's nothing because we haven't seen, obviously with Quick Swap, we're not seeing menus, but... Oh, it was something. Oh, boy.
Well, I guess my sword couldn't have been on Ped then.
There we go. All right, so we are... I'm really hoping for Mir and Flute before Hammer, just so we can get Hammer Go mode, because it's such a fun idea.
Yeah, I mean, and Hammer will make TR full clearable.
So Freddie going to follow up with these checks as well. So he's going to get his trusty bug net from his mushroom, or shovel from his mushroom to dig up that net.
Clearmouse was actually asking when Chex decided to start at Sank and swim across whether that or the route we just saw Freddie doing is faster.
I'm pretty sure the route that Freddie's doing is quicker. And you just chuckle. You just got to chuckle, mushroom into shovel. All right, so he's going to finish up this, and then he's going to grab that purple chest just because there's no other convenient time to do it, I suppose.
Right, and then you have to save and quit.
Then the problem is, do I go back to Kakariko to make my way to Pod, or do I hop into Ice from Link's house? Because it is, just a hop, skip, and a jump over.
Right, because you can't, like, take the purple chest. You have to save and quit to the
Yeah.
light world once you've acquired the purple chest.
Right.
As opposed to the Smith, who will simply turn into Kiki if you try to go to Pod.
I mean, you could do Icebreaker and Ice, but the problem is you could just get stuck and you don't have a mirror. If you don't have a key in the first chest or the next two chests. I mean, it can happen for sure. All right, and we are going to see the pod play. There's no other reason than to go head the direction that Freddeh is going. So I think the big question is going to be, is Chex going to make the same play? Like, do you go item density in pod, or do you pick up the purple chest? Because like I said, if purple chest is not hammer, then it's pretty slow to come all the way back to the village, to Kakariko, to head all the way back to pod. So moment of truth here. He is doing purple chest. All right. We're going to get ourselves an answer here shortly.
Okay, I assume he got it and saved and quit, and his screen just froze. Yeah, there he has it.
Come on, mirror.
So this is going to be interesting. Certainly the entire front is in logic with the bow in hand.
Yeah, they can get all of it. Though, if no hammer, no mirror, if they go to the bow side, they're going to have to death warp out. And the purple chest gives us $20. No, not the answer today. And because of that,
did I say flute and pod, or did I say flute and pod?
All right. So we're just mirror away from hammer go mode. I love it. I love it. All right, so Chex is, this is great. We're going to get that. We're going to get to look at ice. We're going to get to look at pod at the same time. We're going to get a lot of information here and see where our progression is. The flute at this point is actually huge because it actually gives us access to the mire area. So that's
it's also
if we can complete it, and then we got mire shed.
It's retroactively our Death Mountain access too, so that's how we were supposed to get Samaria.
Right.
So at this point, Fred is definitely better positioned, but we won't know for sure until someone hits go mode. Interesting that Chex didn't use the hook shot in there.
Yeah, setup's quick though. I mean, if you saw how quick he did,
it was reasonably quick. And as you were saying, Freddy's going to need to death warp since it was bow locked.
So there's our first item out of Ice Palace, just 10 arrows. So he needs a key in the spike chest or he can't continue.
Yeah, and that vanilla big key chest only became accessible without hammer once Icebreaker was legalized.
And there it is. So he's going to have to go back in.
And he emptied the vanilla big key chest in there, and we don't know what he got out of it.
I think it was probably a key at this point. Yeah, so the vanilla big key chest had to be a key.
Right, because we've now seen 2 items in the front. Yeah. Does he know Hammer Yump?
Yeah,
Looks like it.
He's got a hammer yump. He's got hammer yump for days.
I'm just amazed, like, how many more people know Hammer Yump than did like a year ago.
Want to compete in the Invitational? Gotta be hammer yumping. All right, so is that's the second item, right?
Yeah. And trying his best to dodge the Kodongos there.
Fairy in a bottle.
Bottle number 3. So that also makes death warping not a very attractive option, though I'm sure he'd rather just walk out of here anyway and finish the back of pod.
Yeah, he doesn't want to die there.
But that's also reassuring because none of that stuff was in logic, so the fact that it wasn't useful either, cancels out.
Oh, bingo. I think that's a bingo, my friend.
Yeah, so we just need mirror for go mode, potentially depending on the Meyer medallion. And Helmasaur has an item, but Freddeh is not going to go for it.
Yeah, he got the value out of pod with both the hammer and the flute there. So you're at this point, you're just looking for that mirror. It's like you've got so much more open. And this is just really unfortunate.
Now, the thing is,
at this point, like he chose that purple chest as opposed to going over to pod, and now he's behind. And that was a question: is like, if you do purple chest, you're really de-incentivizing coming all the way back over to Kakariko to go all the way back to pod, and just didn't work. Hammer and pod.
Yeah, I'm wondering though, since the game expected you to probably have that hammer before you went to Death Mountain, might there be something in Hera or on Ether Tablet or on Green Pendant that the game thought you'd have an easy time getting, but the runners aren't going to go back for anytime soon?
No, because like the hammer was in the Ruby basement, and they've got the fire rod, so that puts that in logic.
Right, that's what I mean. So the game was expecting you to have access to Tower of Hera and Ether Tablet when you went up to Death Mountain.
I mean, yeah, it's a possibility, but I feel like I think all runners imagine that the game does the worst possible scenarios for everything. I'm guessing that we're gonna find the mirror over here in the Meyer area. I mean, you're right. It is possible that the seed wanted you to have that hammer when you went up to the mountain, and that would just be unfortunate for our runners.
And turning in that purple chest is so much nicer with the flute.
For sure. All right, so do we need another medallion? Do we need ether? We do not. So where is that mirror? Oh no. Oh no. Chex. There's ether. Oh no.
Oh. took a moment to register to me that what he was doing, that he figured that, okay, that's my progression. I don't need to be here anymore.
That one's a tough one. That one is a tough one. So no bingo for Chex now. Because he's gonna have to. Oh no, what is he doing? Oh no, this is not good. This is not good.
Where the heck is he going? He didn't even activate that flute.
I honestly, I have no idea what he just did.
I guess he went to Kakariko to activate the flute, got there, thought, oh, I must be here for the Dark World portal, and went into it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say he's tilted because I don't necessarily think that's true. But clearing out Ice Palace for no value, and then finding that flute there, you feel behind, and so you're trying to make up time, and then you start making small mental mistakes. He was thinking Meyer. I got to get to Meyer. I got to get to Meyer area because that's probably where my hammer is, and it was so locked in his mind that he just forgot. Oh yeah, I got to activate my flute. Again, I'm not sure why he went to the Dark World for that, but I think it had to do with the idea of like being in the Dark World for Meyer. So
you realize, by the way, now that Trinex is beatable, we could have the mirror somewhere in TR.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. All right, so I haven't fully been paying attention to Meyer. There is an item there. I don't think we found the big key yet.
No, we haven't.
On the bridge.
Right, we got a map and we got a small key, and then we got our first item there, and this is the compass. Oh, he's trying to glitch over that barrier.
Clip.
Yeah.
Oh,
he almost had it.
Yeah.
There we go. I think in that amount of time it would have been faster to go around.
Yeah, I wonder if Freddeh was tempted at all. I wonder why he didn't also grab that magic bot there, because he's going to need it. Yeah, he's going to fall back down. If he was tempted at all to leave after that flute.
Well, we'll have to ask him in the interview, because, yeah, I definitely want to hear what was going through each of their heads when they got the flute.
I think because he had already cleared the mountain, like if he hadn't done the mountain, if he had done pod first, I imagine grabbing that flute and then leaving seems like the right play. I feel like Chex having just done ice first kind of played into the fact that he left there.
And in the big key chest, we have our other item.
All right, so no mirror in Meyer.
Big key must be in map chest now. We can skip the big chest and go straight to the back.
It's just interesting how, the little decisions add up, right? Like if they had gone to pod first, would Freddeh have left, having not cleared the mountain? If Chex hadn't done purple chest and instead chose pod, would he have left as well? I don't, it's these decisions just continue to add up. So,
and then one thing that could help Chex is if in his searches for the hammer, he turns up either the final sword upgrade or the silver arrows.
Right. We still could use another sword, and we could still use silvers.
And we are definitely not getting the sword out of Lumberjack.
No.
Oh. Freddie
You
having
know where
a bit of trouble in this. This is one of the hardest dark rooms in the game.
Yeah, there's some runners that make it look real easy. I'm not one of them. It's a tough room. You know where I think that lamp's going to be?
Lava chest?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Turtle Rock. Yeah.
I've seen it in lava chest before. I mean, I guess it can be anywhere before Laser Bridge.
Oh, no. Freddeh down to 1 heart. Gets
But he
through.
did make it to the next room.
He's going to try to powder
the
this.
anti-fairy?
Not going to go for powder. He's going to...
Oh, he has the
that's
fairy.
tough.
He got the fairy.
Oh,
in
good.
Dark
Oh,
Maze.
good. Nice. Fairy coming through. Look at you, Fairy, doing work. All right, Check's gonna make the same play. Doesn't have that fairy because he didn't pick it up in pod. He is gonna go powder and anti-fairy real quick though, realizing, hey, I'm only got 4 hearts here, so
I don't blame him.
yeah. I was a little surprised to see him head back with only 4 hearts.
So, no cape, master sword, wooden arrows. What do you think? Bomb strats and then arrows?
No, I think you're swinging, you're spinning. I'm gonna use arrows first. I mean, they're on red mail. You can. Yes, the spins, taking not doing it that way, getting hit by the lightning is not the way you want to do it, but these spins aren't too bad. Nice clean dark rooms from Chex.
Oh no, and now he does not have a fairy.
Yeah, that's rough. We'll see if he wants to come back. He got both items out. He can come back here quickly, and that's what he's going to do. Don't blame him right there. He can possibly come back with a sword upgrade or maybe a potion or 2.
Or maybe a lamp and he'll get through the basement a lot faster.
Yeah. Still has to go complete Turtle Rock anyways. Can fully clear it. Still looking for that mirror. So, not a bad play. And he's got enough of a lead right now that it shouldn't hurt him too much. Chex does have to be careful.
Yeah, he has no safeties here, and he is just out of magic, but he has a full quiver.
All right, should be good now. That was close. But nicely done. Now, unfortunately for Chex, he's going to realize, wait a second. I still don't have that hammer.
That was nice on Freddy's part. Did you see that? He did a bug net dash to collect the fairy from under that rock.
Yeah. Nice. Did not see that. All right, so Meyer, not the answer for Chex, meaning he's going to have to make his way back over to pod, unfortunately.
But the fact that Freddy will have to go back to Vitreous does allow Chex to make up some time here.
Yeah, for sure. So he's going to get that hammer, and then he'll be making his way up to Turtle Rock. So, not an insurmountable lead. With the loadout that they have, if we don't find another sword, don't find silvers, then guys, make sure you're on your A game for some of these fights because they can be tough. All right, so how nice is Turtle Rock going to play, and is it going to have our mirror? There's our lamp.
Okay, well that answers that.
we see Freddeh's the stain for the location of that map or the lamp there. All right, so the right side here will have at least 1 small key. You're hoping for maybe 2, though we're opening everything. So, oh no. All right, he can recover here. Quick swapping, missing that first one. Try to powder it. Powder is not going to work. It's not Link's Awakening.
See, people don't appreciate, especially as your inventory fills up, quick swap is not always the fastest or most reliable way to do things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And Chex cannot be happy about this, having to head all the way back to Pod. And Freddeh is feeling it as well. That death to Vitreous there. You got to remain composed. He doesn't know that he's in the lead at this point, but he's probably feeling a little bit behind. But that death is pretty costly, and we'll see if he can keep his cool under pressure. You don't want to let it. Yeah, you don't want to let it add up, right? You don't want to let the mistakes compound on each other. So can he stay composed and just keep it going, or is it gonna overwhelm him? I have faith in Freddeh. I think he can pull it out as far as remaining composed and not letting it get to him. So.
And suppose the mirror isn't in here. Where do you think he goes next? Do you think he goes back to Light Death Mountain and does Hera and Ether?
I think Ice is probably a little bit more sexy of a choice. And if he does that, then as long as it's not, I don't know if Chex got all 3 items. There might still be an item on Cold Stare.
I mean, but Ice is only 3 items, and oh yeah, and he has the hammer. He's probably going to do Spike Cave after this while he's up here if he doesn't still have the mirror yet.
Yeah, that's a possibility. We're going to find the mirror here. The mirror is going to be on Laser Bridge.
Laser Bridge is like the room of requirement for ALTTPR.
Yeah. All right, not able to check Mimic Cave because we don't have a mirror. And if we did have a mirror, we wouldn't check it anyways because we would be in go mode.
Okay, so that small key means that Crystal Roller Chest isn't necessarily a small key. Oh, yeah, he went to Lava Chest, so he burned that key.
So, here's a question. Is Chex gonna check I believe there's an item on Helmasaur, right?
Yeah, we determined that.
Does he check it, or does he leave immediately and not even check the rest of Pod? It's like, do you want to triple dip Pod, or are you gonna clear it all out?
Yeah, I mean, because if the mirror's on Helma, Chex could take a commanding lead, but if not, it's just more of a time sink.
Yeah.
So there's his hammer. No reaction even. He's just totally unflappable.
Yeah. It just shows why he's a top tier runner. All right, $20 on Laser Bridge. We've got at least one small key. There's the mirror shield.
French vanilla.
Okay. And there's our small key. All right, $50. Not on Laser Bridge.
I think we've seen both dungeon items, and therefore Trinix has to have an item.
I will. Yeah.
Someday I need to learn how to time that Samaria move where you move through just as it double flips the blocks.
Right. All right, so we're going to see some Hammer Trinix here. Get those 3 wax in, 1 more ice shot, 2 more wax. Quick menu over to the Fire Rod so you can kill the ice head while the other one's exploding. Take a shot.
This is definitely when you menu, not quick swap.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
X is going to join him up there.
Okay, so Spleeby letting us know that Helma has the compass, so no reason to pod there.
Okay, I guess I miscounted. I could have sworn I saw the compass.
Gonna make its way up to Turtle Rock. Is it the mirror? It is. Nope, just the map.
Guess I
got all the
miscounted
items.
there too.
You know what, Drosy? I've been counting on you to count correctly. And just keep
Yeah, I
disappointing
only
me.
have a couple of math degrees. You'd think I could count by now.
Right. You're my counter. Oh, this is spicy.
Oh, so
Heading
he
over
is
to
gonna do Hera and Ether.
Hera first. And just as you predicted, Freddeh is going to go do that spike cave check. Is this the mirror on the tablet? It is not. All right. Book was just for that pearl today.
Yeah, but the pearl wasn't exactly a minor thing.
All right, item number 1, a heart container.
So we're running out of stuff here. There's one more item in the tower, and there is whatever's on the green pendant, but Spike Cave wasn't anything either.
Interesting. No Hera pot from Chex.
I mean, it's not a huge time savings, but it is a time savings.
I think Freddeh is going to head over to Ice Palace now. Yeah, flew over to 8. So, unless you counted wrong again. Oh, getting knocked down. Ugh. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again.
Now that he's over here, it looks like...
Oh, he is going to... Yeah, okay. Now we are going to Hera pot.
Oh, I love the boots Hera pot.
Oh, man, Look how quick that was, too. Makes me wonder why you didn't do that in the first place.
There are not very many runners I've seen do a boots Hera pot that quickly.
Yeah, that was nice.
Ooh. Oh, but he has boots and hook shot, so it's fine.
Yeah, not a big deal. In the mirror. Oh. All right, so we got a 50-50 shot. Is it on Moldorm here, or is it in the basement? And does he want to go all the way to the basement? I don't think he does.
Oh, and Freddie's going back up the mountain.
Yeah, it's interesting. Deciding to do, went over to ice, changes his mind. He might be
went to Ice Cave.
Yeah, you know what he might be thinking is maybe my opponent, maybe Chex did pod first, and there it is.
Okay.
On Helma.
So that is what? Oh, right. Of course.
Yeah. He wants to get out of there
with the crystal grab.
Yeah, wants to get out of there. Can't mirror with the pendant there, so fall down, mirror out, good to go. And fortunately for the sexy Ganons and Freddeh, he is going to go get that mirror here and solidify his lead. Oh, Chex is the first one in go mode.
Yeah, about 1:15:30, and technically they're tied on crystals, but the amount of time it'll take Chex to go through Turtle Rock is almost certainly the more than the amount of time it'll take Freddeh to get up to Moldorm and then bum rush Vitreous.
Yeah, so we've got ourselves a race, despite the fact that Chex left. This is not over.
And thanks to the location of that mirror and swamp. So, in fact, my suspicion was correct. Like, what the game wanted you to do was go into pod, get that mirror and get the flute and the hammer, and then theoretically you only need to take one trip up Death Mountain to get the cane, to get the mirror, to do Hera, to do Turtle Rock, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's really interesting. All right, so I'm trying to think. There was a key on Laser Bridge. Chex, in go mode, we wouldn't mind another sword or silvers, but is going to probably steal the key here before the laser or the lava chest key.
Yeah, but there was a key in the big chest, so he's going to need that laser bridge key anyway.
Right. But he won't have to go outside to go to the big chest, is what I'm saying. So he's going to save a little bit of time here if he chooses to skip that. Freddeh does want that green pendant.
I mean, it gives him a magic refill, and he's probably off to Meyer right now, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he could have also done Swamp next. And that is what he's going to do.
Guess he is doing Swamp.
You know, there's a chance. There's always a sword in Swamp, right? So not going to spend too much time in Swamp. He'll not going to check the first chest, not going to check the second, but he will check the diver down room, and then he'll probably check waterfall room as well.
And he'll get whatever Argus has.
Right.
I've certainly seen silvers on Argus before.
The question is, how does Freddeh feel? Does he feel ahead? Does he feel behind? That death to Vidi, has to linger a little bit. The fact that he was able to skip ice, though, has got to feel good.
And if he hadn't died to Vidi, he would have a commanding lead at this point.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's still a lead because,
Oh, for sure.
It's going to take a bit to get through TR.
Yeah, he's got TR, and he's still got to do Swamp, which Freddie's in. He will gain back some of that time when Freddeh heads back to Meyer, but Meyer's relatively quick when you just got to run to the back.
Yeah, it's really that second room that's annoying about re-entering Meyer.
Yeah, but I'm sure they can have a good Wizrobes room. I have faith in him. Oh, and he is going outside.
I guess he doesn't want to take that 2.5% risk.
So he will be able to skip Laser Bridge now.
Yeah, so as luck would have it, that's even more of a time savings. Yeah, with 2 keys, he'll skip Crystal Roller. Except that he didn't realize that he can skip Crystal Roller since he already has 2 keys.
Yeah, I think he's more looking for a sword. It's a quick check just for a sword.
Okay, Freddeh getting ready to diver down here. Gets it first time.
He gets rewarded with 2 dungeon items. Congratulations.
Watch this be the map. No,
Close
just
enough.
Useless.
Yeah, he is going to forego forego Laser Bridge. And, it's good because there's nothing really on there.
But yeah, this will be interesting, especially if Sexy Gannons wins. Like, all these divisions in the Invitational League are so competitive. And if you now have Komodo Hypers at 3-3 and Sexy Gannons at 2-4, they're both very much still in it.
Yeah, for sure.
But really fighting. Actually, this division is interesting because it has one of our few remaining undefeated teams in the Titans midst and one of the few remaining winless teams in OP Got Good.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that they haven't got a win yet.
They've had some bad breaks, like their race last night, with different routing, they could have easily won it, but
that's Rando, though. That's Rando.
It came down to which pendant dungeon do you dip.
All right, that's crystal number 6 for Freddeh, as well as crystal number 6 for Chexhuman. So if you're just joining us, I'll welcome all the raiders from Speed Gaming. We had the classic hammer and pendant pod today. With the flute. With flute in the first chest. And the mirror on Pendant Moldorm. The difference here is Chex left right after that flute. So he had to make an extra trip back to Pod to get that hammer. To make up some time, though, you see Freddeh heading into Meyer. This is his second trip. He did die to Viddy. So the difference here is Meyer and Swamp. A go mode Meyer, where he's already got the big key, just has to head to the back, and go mode Swamp for Chexhuman. So,
wow, he is tearing through that room. And that's really the biggest impediment to go moding your way through Meyer.
So Freddeh definitely has a lead, but it's not insurmountable. And of course, we still are on Master Sword Silverless, which, you know, these runners can do, but it's not fun. It's not a fun fight. We do know there's another sword on Lumberjack. So that last sword at this point, I believe, either has to be mirror locked GT or on Cold Stare.
I was just thinking, you know, these runners' teammates had a feed a few hours ago where the winning time was 1:11 and the losing time was 1:13, and this looks like it's going to be like 1:35.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get Hammer in Pendant Pod. Or just Pod in general. Alright, so Freddeh about to take on Viddy. Chex still has a way to go to get to Argist. So that's the difference.
And he does powder some anti-fairies for good measure. He had the spooky action glitch, so that really sped him through.
Yeah, having a lamp saved a little bit more time this time as well. Since he did actually die in the dark rooms.
And this is going to be crystal number 7, which means we have a game coming up imminently. There are 22 chests in the basement of Ganon's tower, so when we start this, if you pick a number between 1 and 22, you can get internet points. Ooh, internet points.
I think it's going to be Hope Room. I think we're going to get a small key and a big key in Hope Room.
Kimmy's guessing 107. Great.
Dang it, Kimmy. All right.
And we already have like 3 guesses of 22.
Yeah, we just had, let's see, it was Julo Solsky had a tire room big key just about an hour ago, hour and a half. These dead rocks are not Freddeh's friend at all today. Same with the boulders.
So yeah,
wow, that was an excellent fight from Chex there with those pokes. It's not easy to do.
Honestly, this could come down to basement routing because they're close enough.
Basement routing and execution. Again, this is you got to climb GT. You know, if we don't find a sword, oh no, we're Freddeh. Where you going, dude? It's these small little things that continue to add up.
Yeah,
you got to make sure.
You need to take the portal there.
You got to make sure you maintain that lead.
But yeah, Master Sword Silverless Ganon, there's a whole lot of room for execution making a difference.
All right. So let's see if we can get a time for when he enters and when Chex enters as well. It's going to be close.
And get your last
guesses
in here.
All right, so Freddeh is in at 23, 127.23. And he's going to go Hope Room first. So our first check is a small key. Come on, big key. $20. Is he going to go right? He is. So we're going to take a look over it. Compass Room. I was. I want to see Master Sword Silverless from these runners. Oh, that Dead Rock.
My guess of 10 is going to put us in Stalfos Room rather than Rando Room.
I'm just going to guess where the key is where it is. Like, that's my guess. Key's in the spot of where it's at, and that's my final guess.
Is that like wherever you go, there you are? Ooh,
exactly.
Some trouble with these Gibdos. Oof. Come on.
Yeah, gotta maintain their magic. No, I think we've got like one green potion between the two runners. These Gibdos are not letting up.
I think Freddeh has 2 green potions, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, and the tracker, both of our runners have
33
bottles at this point. Hey, that was
Kimmy, half magic. There we go. Yeah, you'll take that. So just like a minute 10 behind, it looks like, which he can make up.
Oh, and Chex is
doing
Dark Magician.
So he's doing Dark Magician, so he could make up some time here if it's in the room. So Freddeh, we've got what, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's number 7.
That was 7, yeah.
And right, Chex could be the first one up.
In here.
There it is.
Oh,
number 8, and a Tempered Sword. Oh boy.
Well, let's see if Freddeh gets that. Now it's pure execution from here on out.
And just like that, Chex took the lead.
Wow. DM pays off.
Unbelievable.
So, congratulations to our tracker, Iker.
All right, so we've got ourselves a race here. Who's gonna execute all the way through GT here? Nice mimics 1 and 2 from Chex. Freddeh's nice setup. Let's see how fast he can get through mimics 2. Nicely done. A little bit slower, but nicely done. Chex a room ahead. Using the cane dash. I love it. All right, so the infamous gauntlet. How clean can it be? We've got NMG plus here. No silvers. We got tempered, red mail, and 14 hearts. So 1 extra heart there. Maybe 2. Gauntlet 1, 2, and 3. Really nice from Chex. Freddeh taking advantage of that half magic. Ooh, Gauntlet 4 causing Chex a little bit of trouble. Freddeh does have to be careful. I'm down to 3 hearts here. Spamming that fire rod away. Final room from Chex looks great. On to land mode 2 here. That was an excellent gauntlet from Chexhuman. Picked up about a room. Let's see how well Freddeh can do this land mode 2. Gonna need to 1 cycle it if he wants to stay on pace with Chex.
Yeah, Freddie's got to hope he majored in agonometry.
He does. We've got ourselves a race still. All right, there's Wizrobes 2. Nicely done from Chex. Gonna light some torches. Doesn't have half magic, but plenty of magic in the holster here.
Yeah, I'd say his best chance to make up time, Freddie's best chance to make up time, is if he can do Aga 2 on fewer cycles.
Oh, no, loses some time in Wizrobes 2. You don't see that very often. Oh, and another cycle. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, runners at that level usually get the 3 kill with the Samaria block.
And just a cleaner GT run from Chex here has increased his lead as he's about to face off with Moldworm 2.
Oh, and as we're hearing in chat, apparently, while this race was going on, the Immortals swept Yutang Clan in a doubleheader.
All right. Oh, and get silvers at the top as well. Oh, is that enough to make up the time? Oh, this is, I don't know. I don't think so.
Even for a runner of Chex's caliber, that's at least a 25-second difference.
Oh, man, this is... Oh, no.
Oh, no, that Moldorm fall just kind of,
Oh, man, you feel so bad for Freddeh there. Oh, man. That was his chance. Getting those silvers there could have made up the difference. Taking that fall, though, is going to pretty much negate that difference.
Yeah, no, this is going to be an interesting Ganon fight.
Yeah, this is going on a little while. These setups aren't clean. Getting blue ball does get him down there. So we're an AGA 2 difference between our two runners as Chexhuman heads into Ganon. This is all right. Let's see, Freddeh. Can he have a clean AGA 2? Set up for a triple here. Can he get the triple? I think that might have been just a double there. The way they hit. But another triple. One. He does get a double. Can he get two more here? Not the easiest setup. There's one and the two. Oh my gosh. This is close. This is close.
So Chexhuman dropped in at like 134.08-ish.
That was a really nice AGA 2 from Freddeh there. All right. So 12 swings of the tempered sword is all you need to get through the first phase, and Chex's able to do phase 1 and 2 with a 1 cycle. So nicely done. Freddeh gonna have to keep up though. In what come phase 4, he's only gonna have to put 4 silver arrows in, while Chex is gonna have to do 12 spins.
Yeah, so I think it's about 30-35 seconds difference in the drop in. I want to say.
Right. Gets the all-important glitch there.
Yeah, and Freddeh really got some lag off of that Burna, though it did protect his health.
Oh, man. All right, so can he get these clean triples? Phase 3 went by pretty quickly from what I believe. I think Chex has enough. As long as he can maintain these triples, I think he's going to have enough.
I mean, he is sure good at getting those clean triples.
All right, oh man, this is close. He's setting him up for a triples on the silvers. 1, 2, and doesn't get the triple. There's oh no, this is close.
Oh, if Freddeh had gotten that triple, he might have gotten it, but I think this is Chex's.
All right, Chex goes through. We're gonna get some official times here. What a race! All right, so Chexhuman finishes with first place, 135.54. Freddeh 4 seconds behind, 135.58. Unbelievable! What a race! Get your GGs in chat for our runners, and let's see if we can get them in here to talk about that. That was close.
Speed Gaming Bot's been acting up, so it might take us a minute or two.
Isn't the Invitational great? Isn't the Invitational great? Chad asking about tie. We have a 2-second tie, though we retime at 2 seconds. So,
but either way, 4 seconds is definitely not a tie. So this race, okay. Freddeh got in here. GG's. Looks like Chex needs an invite though. So
right, 1 second.
Yes, if only the runners had stopped their timers after they finished.
I'm out of breath. All right. Well, Freddie's in here now. GG's. You got to watch the last 10 minutes. Chex is joining us now as well. GG's to both of you. How are you guys feeling? I mean, you've had time to watch the last 10 minutes. Unbelievable race. Can I just give us your thoughts?
Like I said when we finished, I'm glad Chex won that, even if it was a lot closer than I was expecting it to be. I don't deserve to win any of that. I played just completely awfully.
Yeah, but you didn't double dip Pod.
No, I double dipped Meyer instead.
Because you weren't looking for anything the second time in Meyer.
And I forgot to do Hera before Turtle Rock, things like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just, I don't know
if it's doing Hera before Turtle Rock is necessarily the right play. I mean, there's just as likely chance that Turtle Rock has that mirror. So okay. So I think a question for us is, you continued on after getting the flute in that first chest of Pod. Chex left. Can you explain what you were thinking when you decided to continue on in Pod?
Because the latest progression we had found off of those flippers was a bow, and and since Eastern didn't lead to anything, and flute wasn't technically bow locked, I figured there was a decent chance of something being behind that bow.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't 100% obviously, but a decent chance of it being back, of something being back. I wasn't expecting it to be Hammer, to be fair.
Sure.
I was worried of like flute being there and then Hammer being over in Meyer area or Mountain or something. Well, I guess not Mountain. I already checked Mountain, but.
And then what got you to go to Hera over Ice Palace?
I thought I was just ridiculously behind. I was kind of tilted off the face of the planet after the Vidi death. So
yeah, that was.
I figured my only way of having a chance at this was to skip Ice Palace and it not being there. And then I'm like, oh yeah, Hera's a thing. I should probably go do that. That's 4 items. So I decided to do that before doing things like, I don't know, powder I think I had left. I didn't really have a whole lot other than that and Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm.
It was just Plum. I was expecting Chex to have checked Ice Palace at some point, and I was hoping that it wasn't there.
GG's Chex. How are you feeling after that?
GG. I was pretty tilted, I guess is the word, after having to go back into Palace of Darkness for the second time. So I turned off the race chat so I wouldn't know whether I would finish first or second. So yeah, it was hard to catch up there, but I feel fine with my choices otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had a great GT. So the flute, did the fact that you did Ice Palace play into the decision to leave after getting the flute, or
yeah,
what was
right.
What you're thinking?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, just I felt like gambling there. Because Pod, I just didn't want to do. Pod is just boring. I just don't want to do it.
Sure.
I just don't feel like it.
Sure.
Yeah. It wasn't a fun pod either, let me tell you.
And then coming out of Thieves Town, because you put Thieves Town off for like as long as you could, looking for that hammer. When you went back to Thieves Town, again, you were presented with the option of, do I do purple chest here, or do I head over to Pod? And that kind of played into your Ice Palace play. Can you kind of explain what you were thinking there?
Yeah, it's along the same lines where, I don't want to traverse the overworld again just to go to the dungeon. So let's just do Ice Palace. See what happens.
Yeah, Seed was really interesting. I think I have one other question for you, Chex, about the routing, and that was your opening route is you chose to not do Kakariko right away. Is that kind of open for flute or something early so that you single dip Kakariko? You don't see the Lost Woods and the Ice Rod Cave to Agina's Cave very often. I thought it was pretty unique.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for if I got some bombs. I call it the Act Gambit to use a water walk there and explore from there.
Yeah, no, I like that play myself sometimes. Like I was actually considering it that seed as well with 6 bombs in the back of escape. It's not too hard to go and do like mini Moldorm at the very least, but just decided not to do it. So
you guys chuckle at
fair enough.
the sword there on Lumberjack.
Yeah, mostly because Freime's and Yagama's match earlier also had that.
That's right. Yeah. And then how relieved were you when you get to GT and you do open that sword? I mean, at that point, your Master Sword silverless, and the way it sounds, neither one of you were feeling great about your position in the race, even though it was, we knew how close it was,
Yeah, I had a glimmer of hope when I went with the stupid route and it worked out.
And I autopiloted to right. Like I usually don't even go right in that situation to get the thing. I got a half magic out of the deal, but I don't know if that would have saved me enough time to be worth the trip over there, especially with that Gimdo room.
Yeah, and then I guess the silver check, you luck into silvers right there, and we lost our minds a bit.
Yeah.
Oh no! And then the Moldorm fall. That was really.
I must have been mere pixels from clipping his tail on that sword slash. Like,
and even then, if you had gotten the triple on Ganon, you might have still won.
I was mere pixels away from that too.
Yeah, and that's how close this race was. It was literally like inches. You both had decisions that just didn't work out. The Moldorm are not necessarily a decision, but the fact that Vidi didn't play nice with Freddeh, and then
I even think he could hit me in that spot.
Yeah, and then Chex, choosing ice over pod, and it felt insurmountable, and things just sort of kind of came back. And next thing you know, you guys are both in GT, and Chex took the lead, and it was pretty incredible. So, really fun match to watch, guys. How you guys feeling about the league overall? Sexy Ganon's can't be thrilled with your position, only 3 points here, but still a lot of league left.
Yeah, a lot of league left. I'm just gonna probably relax for the rest of it at this point and have some fun. It's my favorite week's coming up after the break, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Keys, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love doing spoiler co-op pilot. It's great times.
So do you pilot or do you run?
I pilot usually. I like reading the spoiler log.
Yeah, it's stressful, man. That is a stressful job.
It's fun though. I like it.
What about you, Chex? Are you more likely to pilot or run for spoiler week?
More likely to run. This is going to be a disaster. I've never done it before, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's not that bad, especially as the runner. It's not that bad.
And then for the Komodo Hypers, this puts you up to 12 points, winning record going into the last half of the season. Are you feeling good about things and where your team is?
Sure. Yeah, I'm just hoping not to bring my team down. Do my best.
Are either of you participating in the SG Live tournament?
I'm not.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll see Freddeh over there next week for that. Any last thoughts? Any last thoughts or
no? Thanks for commentating. That was really fun to watch at the end. With
yeah.
So thanks again.
Yeah, thank you guys. That was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm glad we got to be a part of it.
I'm glad at least we were able to make it entertaining at the end.
Yeah. You know what? The Invitational has been so much fun. You get so many close races, and you can't predict a situation like this where someone skips the hammer and someone dies the Vidi, and things go back and forth. Someone finds silvers and the other one doesn't. And just so much back and forth. It was a lot of fun, and unfortunately, someone's got to lose. But nothing to be ashamed of. You guys both played really, really well. Everyone out there, make sure you get your follows in for these runners. Put on an excellent show, an excellent race for us. It was a lot of fun, and good luck on your future races in both SG Live and the league.
Thank you. Thanks for the race.
Thank you. GG's, man.
All right. Shout outs to again for our tracker, Iker. Thanks for clicking the buttons for us. That was a lot of fun. Jossie, thanks for doing this with me today.
Always a pleasure.
Make sure you're following all the speed gaming channels and the league channels. This is the last race. There might be another run going on right now. I'm not sure. It started at the same time. Likely not. We do have some races coming up tomorrow, starting at 2:10 on speed gaming. We've got Moogle Charm versus Gem, followed up by Andy versus Hitsian, and then Matt 7898 versus P Train. Don't miss out. A couple more after that. Don't miss any of those races. All on speed gaming. So you can just stay tuned to Speed Gaming Prime tomorrow and get your ALTTPR fix. We got lots of league action coming up. We're going to be on a break next week for SG Live. You don't want to miss that. And then we're back for Spoiler Keys Co-Pilot, whatever we call it. It's a blast, and you don't want to miss that. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out, and we'll see you all on the next race.